So hello everyone, Morten here. Welcome to my rant review of Ancient Magus Bride, episode 21. I mean, if you know me, followed me for a while, right? See more of the videos. When I see something is bad, I tell that it's bad. Okay, I know a lot of people on YouTube and similar sites, they have to be, positive and happy. Say, oh, but this is pretty good, but that generally gives you, more likes and shares and so on. But man, I hate this episode. This episode was so bad. This is easily the worst episode this anime has ever had. 21 episodes, this is by far the worst episode. I think it's a horrible episode. I think it's bad in so many aspects too. And I'm really pissed off for so many reasons. Primarily, I mean, this anime was really good in the beginning, right? The anime was great. Episodes like 5, 6, 7, they were fantastic. I was like 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, they were really good. I loved the beginning there. Then, still somewhat good against Fighting Joseph and so on after 12. That was also really good in the root. The episode at 10, 11 and so on was good. And after that, during the middle or so, at 14, 15, it kind of really went downhill. And then it was kind of mediocre. And then the last episode had been kind of bad. Last week was bad as well. Also was a bad episode. But this is really bad. Like last week was like maybe like 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. It was pretty like, not really good, not good enough, but it was like whatever, it was watchable. This just pissed me off. This episode was like, it's like 0 out of 10, 1 out of 10. It's a horrible episode. I would say it's the worst episode I watched this year of an anime. I mean, I watched, I don't know, 50 episodes, and more probably. I watched like 10 animes per week, right? I don't live or stream, react, or review everything. I watch a few ones, and there's some other animes I watch on the side. And this is probably the episode I really watched. But also mainly, I will say that mainly because the anime itself, the whole anime, is going like that, right? So I really feel that's getting me also angry. It's like, man, why did I invest so much time into this anime? This is how it rewards me, right? This is easily the most disappointing anime I watched for a while now. It's really, this episode was so bad. Anyway, talking about the episode itself then, because this is gonna be a rant review. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I'm gonna rant and say I hate it, but no, but it's really bad. It's bad writing, it's bad production. Everything is bad with it. Like there's so many bad things with it. It's not only the whole Elias thing that is bad. That is, oh god, it's frustratingly horribly done. But it's also like the production value is bad pacing. I mean, it's bad also. It's bad on every level. Anyway, okay, first of all, the Elias thing. Sorry for the whole introduction of badness. The Elias thing is just stupid. It's moronic, it's retarded, it is a horrible freaking character, it makes no freaking sense, okay? It makes no sense whatsoever. Anyone that defends this, you don't understand. I read some comments on Reddit before, it's like, oh, but he's an infant with emotions, you can't blame him. Of course you can blame him. He's a freaking idiot, and that's the problem. He is not portrayed as this idiot earlier, right? That is a gigantic flaw in the whole anime. It makes literally no logical sense, okay? It really doesn't. Okay? If you set him up, if the first 20 episodes set him up as a dumbling, completely retarded fairy guy that has no understanding whatsoever of human interaction and so on, then this would make sense. But it really does not. I mean, we see him, right? We see him go to train, we see him doing mission for the priest, with the cats, we see him interact with the sorcerer. I mean, we see him interact with people, we see him doing stuff, works. He was grown up by Linda, right? Linda took care of him for, I don't know, 100 of years. Linda was like his father and, taught him stuff and so on, right? He lived in society, kinda. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense. He's not that retarded, like it doesn't make any sense. He is portrayed as a character that has like no emotions, but he understands how society works, right? This is stupid. This is just blatantly a stupid thing to do. It just doesn't make any sense on how to portray that. So, because if he was always living in that cottage, he never left the world, he was never out doing anything, he was never in London, he was never doing stuff around England, he was never in Iceland or Greenland, whatever. In Japan, so he was always at that cottage, right? Never knew any humans and so on. Then this could make some sense now, but now we see that he understands kind of like, well, crime and he understands how the world works, right? That's a big problem. He understands how the world works, but he has no emotions generally. So it's kind of like a psychopath, maybe a sociopath, but he's somewhere in those kind of lines, right? So a psychopath, for example, would have basically no emotional empathy, but they have really high, usually not necessarily, but usually really high cognitive empathy. What that means that a psychopath, they can kill someone because they don't care about the emotions. Like, oh, he died, I don't care. And they don't care about all people inside. They don't care. However, they understand that, they understand that they hurt someone. They just don't care about it, right? So that is kind of where Elias is that, but that's kind of like how, in my opinion, he was portrayed in the beginning of the anime. He was portrayed as a guy, some kind of monster, half human, half fairy, whatever he is, with some kind of like, well, he understands society works, but he doesn't understand emotions, he doesn't understand them, but he's still a functional human being. He understands how like the law works. Doesn't break the law, right? But he could because he doesn't care about people he hurts. So when he kidnaps Stella, it's kind of like, well, I could kill her because I don't care about her life. Actually, he actually dislikes her, right? So he's explained by jealousy. But the thing is that's all good and dandy if he took someone else, right? That is just so stupid. If he went out and kidnapped a random girl on the street, and we know it's jealousy, but still, he went out, kidnapped a random girl in London, and then he was like, kill her for his life. That would make sense. That's how he's portrayed in the earlier of the anime. That would be like, well, Chise, I just killed someone that you don't know, that I don't know, so they have no meaning to us, to our life, right? And he takes some, like random someone living on the street, some hobo kind of thing. Just take someone like that and kill them for her, right? He would be like, they did not society. He could motivate that by saying that, they have no meaning of the general world, right? And we don't know them. So let's kill, their life has no value to the general society, but your life has, right? That would make sense, how it's portrayed earlier. Like, he has no emotions, but he understands that, well, this person over here has lower value, to us, because to Chise and so on, because she's some distant person over there, some other town, right? Yeah. But this thing then is just retarded. It really is retarded, because even if he doesn't understand emotions and doesn't understand friendship and so on, no knocking power, he should understand, he should know that she's a kiss about Stella. Like, he can't understand why she cares about Stella, but he should know that she does, right? And this is a gigantic problem here, because obviously he's been living for over thousands of years. He has read a lot of books, right? He has books in his library and so on. So wouldn't he have read like love stories, romance? I mean, he's lived for a long time. Wouldn't he see stuff and so on? And that should give him like an understanding that, well, I don't feel love, but if someone feels love, they're willing to do X, Y, and Z, right? Like, he's portrayed a character that's very intelligent, but has zero understanding of emotions and society in general. But he kind of gets the laws of the after. He kind of gets how people work, if you do this, you get paid and so on. And he understands that it causes up society by a large degree, like probably better than most humans. So that's why it makes no sense. Like, he probably very likely has the laws. If you do this thing, this breaks, right? I mean, he's shown to do that. And in that contrast, you should understand that, well, if I hurt, my wife's best friend, she probably get angry. I don't understand why she likes this bitch, but she would get angry. Like, he should understand that. So he's portrayed as this gigantic retard episode. Like, his intelligence went from, like, let's say, IQ 200 to IQ 10, right? He like, that action in this episode, that doesn't make any sense. That he should be a character that's living in this cottage and, like, can't get to work, right? He does work. He works for people. He does these things. He interacts with Angelica, with Linda and so on. He does things for them. He does trading. He's like, he does all this other stuff, right? That requires you to have, like, enough intelligence to be able to understand that if I do X for you and you pay me with Y, I can use Y and buy this stuff. He understands the concept of trading and so on. So the friendship that his wife or fiancé, whatever she is right now, I guess fiancé, she said for Stella, is something he should understand. It's a kind of valuable trade they have between each other. Even if I hate that they have that should, that he should understand that, right? So it is just so stupid. It's horrible written. I hate this episode. I truly hate it. It makes no sense. He should understand that, and he should not done this. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. At least if he motivated by right away, like, oh, I'm killing Stella because I hate her. Like, that would have been much better. If he's motivated right away, oh, I'm gonna kill Stella because I'm jealous, or I have this emotion against her, so let's kill her. Like, that would be better if he was like more in front of it right away. That would make a little more sense. But even in that situation, he should know that she will get angry, right? That's the problem. Even if he would admit that I'm just doing it out of spite because I hate her, he should know that his wife, or whatever she is, he should know that that will piss her off. And that will have a negative effect on him, right? That's the problem here. He understands, and again, like how money works and trading works. So he understands if he removes something that's valuable to Chise, she's going to remove something valuable to him, right? It's like a math formula, right? It's like if he does -5 on the left side, you have to also take -5 on the right. He understands the concept of figures and math and mathing and so on. So he should understand that, okay, if a negative here, she's negative here, right? Yeah. Even if he can't really grasp why, or how he can't like emphasize and feel the same feelings like she is, she should definitely understand that. And that is really, really stupid he doesn't. And I really, again, hate this episode, because it's not portrayed that at all during the anime. I say it again, he would have to be a character that was portrayed as a character earlier, be really useless. He should be a character being like, oh, what are you doing to you? It should be that kind of dumbling buffoon character or something. You know, or this hermit guy is living and saying, oh, magic, yeah. It's just something like that. Like a human that seems to have really, really low, you know, general understanding of society, right? That has to be where he's coming from to do this thing. And he doesn't have it for a second. And it's really stupid. If anything, he should always be more objective, right? Like a typical psychopath, they have, as I said again, they have high code empathy. So even if they kill someone and they don't care, they might actually even be better at understanding the effect that would have, because they're like, well, they're more distant, right? So they're distant from it. So you can see, if I kill this person, or, you know, rob or whatever, or whatever, this will have the effect on this person's life and their friends. And I don't care, because I'm a psychopath. But they will be like, you know, they will understand it better, because they don't have the emotional attachment to the person, or the person's family, or the surrounding, right? So they usually have like a better objective understanding of it, because they're like, well, this is the effect it's going to have, the ripple effect, yeah. And I don't care what effect, so to speak, but they will have understanding of it. So anyway, in one way, Elias, in the beginning, he's played kind of like that, so he should have a better understanding, almost arguably, how it would affect her. He doesn't understand why, he can't feel the same emotions, and so on, but it's like, you know, but I guess it's kind of a sociopath answer, so he doesn't understand it. But the problem is, he is kind of like, it's just, oh my god, even if he's a sociopath, and he has less understanding of how people interact and so on, he's 1,000 years old, right? So he's over 1,000 years old, he's read like 1,000,000 books, and he's lived for 1,000 years. He's seen society constantly fall, the families go up and down. It's just like, how is it he learned the basic stuff like friendship? I'm not saying that he cares about it, right? Or he fits it himself, but he actually understands how it works. And it's just so ridiculous. God, I hated this episode. I hated it so much. And that is just the Elias part, because it really makes no sense. And then you also have the Root part that makes less sense, because Root is a dog human kind of thing, and he was very friendly with Isabella, right? His owner kind of thing there, his sister. So he understands friendship, he understands her feelings, he has like normal human emotions. So that also makes it really freaking stupid, because why doesn't Root understand that she would be upset? I mean, I don't understand, this is so stupid. Why wasn't Root saying this, let's go and kidnap a random girl from London streets or something? It's like, why are they killing her best friend? It's just like, I mean, I get he's jealous, but he should understand that just because he does something to make him happy, they could make her. I mean, it's just so stupid. I mean, he's like, oh, I've never been motivated before. Yeah, we know he's motivated, but he should understand that the cost, you know, the circle of, if I do X here, this will ripple effect over here. He should understand those kind of things, even if he don't grasp why he does that, but he should generally understand how society works. It's just so beyond stupid. And also, it doesn't have the roots there and helping him, and not agree, and not telling him, maybe we shouldn't kill her best friend, we can kill someone else. It's like, nope, you're just gonna do it. So yeah, so Root is the same thing as Elias, just more stupid in a way. He's much younger though, but he should have normal emotions and so on. So for him, it's even almost kind of more stupid. And he also he feeds her emotions. So he should also feed kind of lovely friendship she feels for Stella. Also makes it weird. So yeah, that is really stupid. I hate it so much. And the episode generally is also bad. Let's just talk about it. The episode's better. You know, the freaking mute part, that was way too long. I mean, the anime has really bad pacing, obviously, but the mute part was just way too long, right? I mean, seriously, they had like a mute part, like the paper thing, and I guess he was kind of setting up the motion for the ritual there, but why was that so long? It was like 5 minutes. That was ridiculously long. It was just boring. I mean, I do hate the character Tori though. He's a horrible character. That character, so he was being muted. That was good though. That was good, but at the same time, this scene was way too long. And what the other thing with the guy with Lindell, with the sorcerer guy, that was kind of thrown out for not that he was trained by Lindell, but not really explained. Lindell, of course, is like can't leave the regular place, not really explained either again. Also pretty bad. And then the whole witch thing also was pretty bad paced, and definitely though was by Luffy. My Metallica, definitely the voice of Luffy in Krillin in Dragon Ball for sure. But that was a kind of meh part. Yeah, it was kind of meh. It was kind of meh, right? It was kind of meh. But especially the mute part was bad. That was a horribly bad paced episode as always. Honestly, I mean, anime pisses me off because people say, "Oh, it was always bad paced." No, it had slow pacing, but it was nice. The first 10 episodes. But now it's like it has slow pacing and it's just slow. It's not like, it used to have like really good scenery, but okay, pacing is slow, but let's show you this amazing, skies and trees and really beautiful. But now it's like, oh, here is a library, and it's like inside the library, and it's like a really slow pacing. It's like, what is this? Yeah, so that was also bad. That was really bad. The episode was absolutely the worst episode that I've ever had. Absolutely horrible. And also got a conclusion. So Joseph takes over Stella. That was the only good part for the episode. The Joseph is like, "You can't kill me, bitches! Can I fight you?" And it's like, "What? You Joseph?" It's like, "You didn't know?" Yeah, that was the only good part. When he started to escape, right? And they realize, wait, we tried to kill the wanderer? And he's like, wait, you gonna kill me anyway? You wanna kill the girl? And he's like, wait, are you trying to kill the little girl here? I thought you were trying to kill me, the bad guy. You killed the girl. Like, what the fuck, guys? That was the only good part of the episode. He is confused almost about, I thought you knew I was evil. It's like, no, he was going to kill you anyway. Ah, okay. Why? Yeah, why? It's like, that was the only good part, right? Then he got us out. And then Chise, always being overly emotional, never considering what she's doing. She's like, oh yeah, let's go with him. That's also bad. I think it's bad because she's never having any character development, right? It was the same with Dragon. She was like, throwing braces away, hammer thing, yeah. And it's like, come on, she's never growing as a character. She's never considering what she ever does. They have the Witch Goblin, and Felix is his name, yeah, the Luffy voice. She's like, you should think about yourself, girl, before me. And she's like, okay, fine. So she never thinks about, I mean, it's her character, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, you have this disease, you have this crush on you, maybe try, but I think it's silly as well there. She easily, yeah, of course she's tired of Elias, though, so of course she will, I guess she was leave for that moment, but on the same time, she felt, classic Chise. I think she almost had a character development, she's going like downwards, like more emotional than she used to be. yeah, she's like less of character development. It's just, well, I guess it's a version of development. I don't know, it's gonna get back and forth there. It's kind of weird. But yeah, she punching Elias was a good scene. I don't think it was a bad scene. I think that scene actually was good, but I was like, oh god, his reasoning, it is so badly written. I said it like 20 times now, but I hate this anime so much now. I really do, and it pisses me off too, because let's say this happened in episode like 3, I would probably be like, oh, this anime, whatever. But it also, because now it's like 4 or 5 episodes left, and you have to watch them, because otherwise you spend 20 episodes watching this crap, and you want to see how it ends right. And this was so bad. This was just horrible. And I mean, everything else was bad too. Except the punch thing, everything was bad. Yeah, the Joseph was funny too. But I mean, otherwise, it's like bad pacing, the witch thing didn't lead to anywhere. There was kind of pointless explanation with Peach. Like, the mute thing was horrible. And just generally, though, that both Elias and Ruth are like the horrible characters. Like, the worst empty characters I've ever seen. I'm so angry. Anyway, rant over. Hope that's a rant review of Ancient Magus Bride. I'm just tired, I'm exhausted, I truly hate this anime, or this episode at least, but I mean, really, the anime is going like that, right? Every episode you're getting worse and worse. Episode 15, where you had like the elf forest, with the animated nothing. Okay, so we're in the forest, we're in this fairy kingdom, and there's like 4 fairies there. It's like, what the hell anime? Compare it to something like, I compare it to FF9, Great Step FF9. So FF9, you walk on the bridge, right, in Lindblom, and you see down under the bridge, there's a lot of people down there, houses and so on. So you get the feeling that it's a big, grand city, right? So they're in the fairy kingdom, the fairy castle, the fairy whatever main capital, And we walk through the fairy forest, and we don't see a single fairy in the background. I think it's horribly done. The anime scenes about there they felt that they just dropped and become lazy, right? I mean, the episode I would have done it. We'd had several stuff in the background, flying around in the background, some kind of giant in the background. They would have no input on the storyline, but it would make the kingdom look much more magical, right? They're much more alive and so on, or something else happening, which is really boring. I mean, look at the open two, right? God damn it, this anime. It was great in the beginning, but now it's just whatever. Anyway, yeah, sorry, rant review over. This episode sucked. Really, really sucked.